While connecting to your energy, Virgo, the image that actually came through to me was a flower that was blossoming, almost like a lotus. But as it was unfolding, there were flower petals that were also falling away. And so it does really feel like there is something new that is beginning or something that is opening up. But it does feel like there's also some shedding or some kind of loss or releasing that is happening at this time as well. Now, as a Virgo myself, I can definitely attest to a lot of what I'm describing. We are in eclipse season. We actually do have an eclipse in your sign coming up this weekend at the time of this recording. So some pretty big changes in store. And a lot of you who have been following around this channel probably realize that I have moved. So I am still in transition here myself. So do bear with me if there's any technical difficulties, any issues with the sound. I really appreciate your patience and understanding with me here. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and I really did want to get back on here and get these readings out to all of you, especially with this eclipse right now too. I do also want to give you the heads up that I am running a sale on my website. You can get 34% off all astrology chart readings using the code ECLIPSE through the month of September. So if you're curious how this eclipse is going to be affecting you, or maybe even your solar return for those of you who had a birthday in the past month, now is a great time to do all of that. You can also find all of my links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions, as well as all of my other links for my social media accounts. I have also opened a coffee, so for those of you who would like to make a one-time or monthly donation and support this channel and have the means to do so, please don't feel pressured into that. I do have a link in the description for that as well. Now, I do really want to get into some of these cards for you. I actually did pull a couple of animal cards, Virgo, and we'll pull some tarot cards in just a moment. The first card that actually came out was the snake. And this really is the perfect card for what I was describing, because there is something that is being shed. There is something that is being renewed. There's like a death and a rebirth. And I really do get the sense of reconnecting to your magic again as well. Some of you might even be going through some sort of spiritual awakening. I actually do sort of think of like Kundalini activation. Maybe you're doing some kind of like Kundalini yoga. And what's interesting is that this is helping you open up to your heart with the golden egg here. And when I saw this, it feels like there is something hatching from this egg, but it's the snake. It might be something of a surprise here. So I think you might actually be surprising yourself, Virgo, with the person you are becoming, or something that feels like a truth for you, something that resonates for you. You could be shocking other people as well, but I really think it's important for you to get back in touch with your heart right now. And I'm even feeling like some of you have been in a hibernation mode and now you're coming up. I'm literally seeing the image of like garter snakes coming out of the ground. And when they do this, sometimes they're like all piled up on each other as well. But it really does feel like there is something here that is opening your heart, something that is very personal to you. And this makes a lot of sense with the astrology, because we are in your season at the time of this recording. We do have an eclipse in your sign, the second new moon in your sign of this year. So a lot of you are stepping into a new identity, or maybe a new way of expressing yourself, or how you understand yourself. And as I'm shuffling here, this is a great time to remind all of you that these are general messages, so not every message that comes forward is going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. If nothing resonates, it doesn't mean that anything went wrong. This video just wasn't meant for you at this time, but maybe there's a message here that's meant to be shared regardless of zodiacal placement. So feel free to share this if you think that this could be helpful for somebody else as well. Some other messages I was getting for some of you actually was age gap. I don't know if you are in a relationship that has an age gap. I know that can kind of have a bad rep, but I think as long as there isn't any kind of grooming or any sort of anyone being taken advantage of, as long as everyone is an adult and kind of at least equal in other ways, I think it could be okay. But this might be confirmation. Like if you're interested in someone who has kind of an age gap with you. For others of you, this is about you feeling like you thought your life would be in a different place by now. Here we go. Okay, hey. So Virgo, the first card I got for you is actually the Fool, showing up upright. And this is sort of interesting because this is kind of like a new lease on life. It is often about taking a leap of faith. I feel like some of you are already going through this renewal that I'm talking about, even though the eclipse hasn't happened yet at the time of this recording. It feels like you've already embraced some kind of new beginning, and maybe that is because we did have a new moon in your sign already. For those of you who are not aware, a solar eclipse is basically just a very powerful new moon. So the fact that we have a solar eclipse on September 21st in your sign is kind of doubling up this energy for a lot of you. But it does feel like there is something here where I feel like you've either been doing all the work in some way or someone's been kind of deceptive with you. I do have the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the Page of Swords in reverse. So a lot of reversals here. Let me try and get these on camera. I feel like some of you have had to do something in a different way that you didn't expect. And I think this is sort of in line with the energy I was getting, where it feels like you thought your life would look or be different at this point. And it's not that anything went wrong, although I do feel like there was some sort of change, some kind of pivot that you are being guided to make. Especially if it feels like you've been putting a lot of work and effort into something, but it's most especially if you're working with other people, and something just hasn't been working out. Something just didn't create something. And I see the Page of Swords in reverse as well, and it feels like there's not a lot of communication, or the communication that is happening is not very clear, or maybe there's even some kind of indirectness. I almost get the sense that some of you are dealing with a rival. Maybe a fellow earth sign, could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, which is sort of interesting. Tell me more about this energy. I feel like I need to hear a little more. We have the King of Swords. I see. I think a lot of you are just letting go of old lifestyles, old jobs, or even just like old relationships that were sort of traditional or status quo. I really feel like you are clearing this out with the King of Swords. You're making very solid and bold decisions about moving forward. And I actually do see the Magician here as well. So I do feel like some of you are working towards your goals, your visions, your dreams. Oftentimes the Magician is a card of manifestation. Ordinarily, I don't really recommend manifesting with the eclipses, but I do think they are a good time to reset and to make space. So it feels like there is something kind of organically happening for you right now, Virgo, where your life is being cleared out. There's a space that is being made. And we actually do have the Page of Cups in the future, which is really beautiful because for some of you, this does indicate a new relationship or kind of someone who's interested in you. But I think for more of you, or most of you, this is really about you, connecting to your heart and living with your heart again. Tell me more about this Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Three of Cups. So I do feel like a lot of you are connecting with like-minded people. This could just be one person, but I actually feel like for a lot of you, this could be involving a group because the Three of Cups can indicate things like celebrations, parties, friendship circles. But I do feel like there is something here that you are celebrating. And so this is quite interesting. I feel like a lot of you for some time have known something has needed to change. But it wasn't until very recently, Virgo, that you decided, I have to do this. I have to make this change. There isn't going to be something that just happens. There isn't going to be this burning bush. I need to make something happen. That's what I'm getting for you, Virgo. And I feel like by clearing out this space, there actually is something really beautiful here for your heart with the Page of Cups, Three of Cups. I also want to tell a lot of you to say yes to more things. You know, so if you get invited to a gathering or an event or maybe even a party, really challenge yourself to get out there. Because I feel like there are blessings that can come from that as well. Anything else for Virgo? I really do feel like there's something going on in relationships as well. That was kind of something I was picking up on. The Hanged One. Some of you might be feeling stuck on someone or having a hard time letting something go. Maybe some of you are just kind of in this weird in-between. Whatever the case is, though, Virgo, I don't think there is anything that can be rushed right now. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I almost feel like some of you are connecting with somebody who maybe is a Pisces or has Pisces placements. But it feels like there's just a lot that they're juggling, and it feels like they've kind of dropped the ball. I'm almost getting a sense of disappointment here, Virgo. I'm not saying that's necessarily what's happening. It's just sort of the feeling. Yeah, because I do feel like this person still cares about you with the Six of Cups. If you're connecting with someone who's been very, very busy or dealing with a lot of change or transition, that could actually be you as well. It does feel like there is a moment of reconnection that's coming in with the Six of Cups. So that's really, really nice. Anything else for Virgo? Anything about finances or career purpose? We have the High Priestess, again, connecting to your intuition, connecting to your soul. I almost feel like, Virgo, whatever is going on with the people around you, it feels like for some reason you're just sort of isolated. Like people might have a lot going on, or maybe you're just feeling disconnected. But there's almost an opportunity in this to really connect to yourself and settle into your own space. Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. I feel like some of you know something is coming, either financially or with your career. Maybe there is a decision you need to sit on and really tune into your intuition for. But I'm really just getting this more as like, I just want to say, Virgo, like if you're feeling kind of anxious about money, I do feel like money is coming in. And you sort of know that. Maybe on the intuitive level, or maybe there's something that is supposed to come in that was delayed. But I still feel like it's on the way. Yeah, Judgment. There is definitely something coming back from the past here in terms of money or finances, but this could also be about you reconnecting to your purpose. Some of you have been delaying or avoiding the thing that really lights you up, making the changes that you need to make. Now is the time to make the changes, Virgo. That has sort of been a recurring message here. You know, it felt like you knew for a while something has needed to change. And maybe you tried to make it happen in a certain way, but I really do feel like what is being offered here is to just make a very clear decision to cut things out, to walk away from things that no longer resonate with you, and make space for something new, because it is coming. And I do feel like, Virgo, your real life is actually just about to begin in some ways. Something didn't work out for a reason. I'm getting that message for a lot of you. Things did not work out for a reason, and I think you know that. I think you do know that, actually. Any final messages for Virgo? We have the Six of Wands. There will be some kind of recognition, achievement, or success. This is also a card that talks about the return from battle. So again, I do feel like something is coming back. There is something that is returning. What is this thing, actually? I mean, I do feel like for some of you, this is about you feeling a sense of purpose again, or reconnecting to your purpose. Connecting to your own heart with the King of Cups. Maybe also a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, especially Scorpio here. Nice. Yeah, you've been working for a long time towards something, or planting seeds, and now something is growing. And, ooh, it's interesting, Virgo. I feel like for a lot of you, there was something that was a stepping stone with the Fool at the very beginning. You knew something was only temporary. If you really sit in your heart of hearts, that might make sense too. But something was only supposed to be a stepping stone. And I feel like some of you have sort of gotten stuck on one step. But now you're being encouraged to take the next step. That's actually part of this process. Something does need to be let go. There is some stuff that needs to be cleared out in order for this harvest to take place. Even though there is more work to do, there is something here to yield as well. You're going to have to tell me in the comments down below, Virgo, how this is landing for all of you, because it really does seem like there is something very important that it's time to do. It's time for. You can't put this off any longer, is what I'm getting. I mean, I guess you could. You could put something off longer, but I feel like you're waiting for something else to change or be different, but you're the one who needs to initiate something here. Very, very interesting. There's definitely a shedding with this snake in order for something to be born or something to hatch. And I feel like a lot of you have outgrown a skin. You've outgrown an old version of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. It might feel a little vulnerable. It might feel a little scary. I keep seeing rainbows when I'm closing my eyes for you. Like there is something here. There is like a calm after the storm. There's hope. There's some kind of renewal. Coming back to your original reason. You'll definitely have to let me know how that resonates for all of you. That feels like a message for some of you. Anyways, Virgo, those are all the messages I have for you at this time. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and that bell notification if you haven't already. That way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. Again, I am running a sale on my website. You can get 34% off all astrology chart readings using the code ECLIPSE through the month of September. So snag those while you can. And I do have all of my links in the description of this video for social media accounts, as well as donations for those of you who feel so called. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, Virgo.